Nation?
What's shaking, Gators?
Hope you guys are safe at home. Everybody's healthy. Coach Frazier and I today in this video, this one specifically, we're going to talk about underhand toss and then a cool game called wall ball. Coach Frazier and I, we're pretty healthy. Thank goodness, very blessed. But we sanitize before we started playing, and this is still a social distancing activity. So please keep that in mind at home. Also, don't throw stuff in the house. Okay? Don't throw stuff in your house. You go outside. We're inside just because demonstration purposes. It's raining outside. So keep that in mind as we go through this. All right. Today, we're talking about underhand toss. Underhand toss. If you do it, you can use it in bowling, just simple cornhole, different types of activity. Now, when you underhand toss, you are going to throw it with your dominant hand. So the hand is right way. Okay? That's my right hand. When I step in opposition with underhand tossing. Underhand toss simply looks like this. Boop. Notice when I step with the opposite foot. Okay? So my cue is a tick. When you come back, you step, and then you toss.
Notice that her arm looks like a pendulum on a grandfather clock. As far as it goes back, it's also going to go forward and follow through. All right? I am opposite of Miss Weaver. I am left-hand dominant, so that means I'm going to step with my right foot and tossing with my left hand. So I step, tick, tock. And the pendulum arm, it goes straight through and it's in a straight line towards my target.
Like you said, you're not swinging around, it's straight towards my target. My toe is actually stepping towards my target. In any type of sport, you're stepping with the opposite foot and you're releasing. When I release, I'm releasing here. If I were to release up here, where's it gonna go? You say up, you're right, okay? Where you're releasing, your releasing points are really important. So Coach Frazier and I are just gonna do a few tosses back and forth.
Like this, right?
No. You guys know what he's doing wrong? Look at your left, Coach. Your left hand dominant and your left leg, so you need to step with your right foot.
My right foot.
Yes.
Okay.
So you step with.
Step.
Good. All right. Ready?
Yep. Awesome. Great job. What are some activities that you think use underhand tossing? Think about them for a second. Bowling, perhaps.
You mentioned cornhole.
Horseshoes. Softball, very good. How about volleyball, underhand serve?
Volleyball.
So lots of different activities and sports that use underhand tossing. We're going to show you a game now called wall ball. Wall ball, the objective is real simple. I am going to go and toss this ball underhand only for this round, underhand, and I'm going to bounce it off of the wall. The ball is only allowed to bounce on the ground one time, and Miss Weaver has to catch it. Once she catches it, she is also going to toss it off the wall, and it's my job to catch it after one bounce. You have to wait for it to bounce once. It cannot bounce more than once. It cannot bounce less than one time. All right? It's a very fast-paced game, but again, our focus is on underhand tossing.
Another thing too, when you set your boundaries, you want to make sure that you and whoever you're playing with, you set it. Coach Frazier and I have designated, you can see like the two trees, we're in just a little bit, we have a reference point, because it's really not fair if you throw all the way over there and all the way over here. So you have to keep a reference as to where you're throwing. Not
too wide. You can use the side, a brick wall, a concrete wall, something like that. That's going to give a hard return, but do not do this inside the house. All right, Miss Weaver, ready for wall ball underhand tossing?
Ready. Oh, so that's Coach Frazier's point. He would serve again.
So that's wall ball underhand tossing. Hope you enjoyed that. Try it at home. All right. Next up, we're going to talk about the overhand throw. All right. Overhand throw. And I've got 5 cue points that I'm going to go over with you that I think will assist you in becoming a better overhand thrower and tosser. Okay. First off, we want to make sure that our side is to our target. Again, this is the opposite side that you throw with, your non-dominant side. I'm left-hand dominant, so my right side is towards my target. We're going this way, it would look like this. All right? So, side to target. Say it with me. Side to target. Cool. Next up, we want to make sure that the elbow is higher than the shoulder. Okay, we don't want to have too much strain on our shoulder, and we want our body to work together. So, elbow higher than the shoulder. Next, we want to step with the opposite foot. Now look, our side is still closed off. All right, so I'm stepping with the opposite foot. It's opposite. Then, after stepping with the opposite foot, there's going to be a rotation. This, boys and girls, is where all of your power comes from. If I were to say, show me your muscles, most everybody goes like this. However, these are small muscle groups compared to the shoulders, the chest, and especially down in your core and in your legs and in your glutes. That's where your firepower comes from. And your body working together through this rotational movement is where the velocity and the speed on the ball, whatever you're throwing, is going to come from. So, after the rotation is going to be a follow-through. Remember, we always follow through. The power comes just as much after. A boxer doesn't punch to its target, it punches through its target. A football player doesn't wrap up who they're tackling and stop, they always follow through. A jump shot doesn't stop at the point of release, it has to follow through. The importance of follow through cannot be expressed enough. So, 5 points, real quick, follow along. I'm going to show you this way, and then I'll turn 180 degrees and show you the other way. Side to target, say it with me, side to target. Next up, elbow higher than the shoulder. Elbow higher than the shoulder. Next up, we want to step with the opposite foot, stepping with the opposite foot. Then we have a rotation, that is the rotation of the hips moving from closed to open, and all of this firepower is now working together upon the release, and then a follow through. Going from a different angle from this side, my side is to my target. My elbow is higher than my shoulder. I'm going to step with the opposite foot. I'm going to rotate, and then I'm going to follow through, just like so. All right, that's overhand throwing. Let's play some overhand throwing wall ball. All right, so now we're going to play wall ball. Now, in order for you to see everything, we had to kind of change locations here. Again, this is overhand throwing. We showed you wall ball version 1 with underhand tossing. Obviously, we're going to be more consolidated in a closer space together. So as we move into overhand throwing, we're going to distance ourselves a little bit greater. The speed, the velocity of the throw is going to have a harder effect. The ball's going to bounce off a lot faster and a lot harder. So we're going to give ourselves a little bit more space and room to operate. Again, our focus areas, don't forget them. Do not forget them. Side to target.
Like this.
No, ma'am. Show them your hips. Turn to the side. There you go. We want to have that elbow higher than the shoulder. We want to make sure that we're stepping with the opposite foot. We want to make sure that we're rotating, really getting that firepower as everything opens up together. And then don't forget follow through. This is wall ball with overhand throwing. This is more about technique than it is score, guys. So focus on that technique for overhand throwing. 3, 2, 1. Nice throw, Weaver. Oh, nice grab. And that is overhand wall ball. Guys, you don't need a partner to play this game. This is something you can do by yourself. The underhand version and the overhand version. Real quick review on the underhand tossing. What are the cues?
Quick remember, tick, step, toss. Opposite foot, just the same as the overhand, and release when you go. So your follow through. Tick, step, go.
Awesome. Cues for overhand throwing. Side to target. Elbow higher than the shoulder. Stepping with the opposite foot. Rotate. And follow through. That's underhand tossing, overhand throwing. Lots of activities that you can do at home. Stay up, stay motivated. God bless you. Have a great